Is it on?
It's on.
Hello from Watson Lake, Yukon Territory. Um, First of all, it snowed last night.
Yes.
It had to have been. We camped at Kluane Lake in Yukon Territory, just south of Destruction Bay, and it had to have been where we were at the lake, lakeside. It had to have been 35 or 36. It was cold,
Yes.
and we didn't have any hookups, so we didn't have any heat. So it was a little chilly. And then when we got up this morning, there was a fresh dusting of snow on the mountains above the lake. And also we noticed yesterday or 2 days ago and yesterday, and even some today, that the leaves are starting to change.
Yeah.
So it's here. It is August the 20th, and leaves are changing. So the fall is going to chase us home. I think we'll beat it by a good bit, but fall has arrived up here. What you got, Mama?
Yes, it was very cold last night, and it started raining, and the wind, of course, coming off the lake and the mountains. It was very, very windy. It was rocking the RV, and our ladder. We were going to get our ladder replaced. In fact, when we bought the RV, well, I don't know if they give it to us, but we have a brand new ladder. And Papa was going to put it on before we left, but time just got away from us. And so we've got our little janky ladder back there that's hanging on with just the two little things at the top. Halfway down, it's severed. And then halfway down again, it's severed some more. So it's just hanging on by a thread, but it'll just bang, 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 bang. But anyway, so it was kind of a restless night. We weren't level. So Papa didn't sleep good. He felt like he was rolling out of bed. And I don't know if we've touched on this or not, but we're having trouble with our fresh tank. When we fill up the fresh tank, which we only do when we're going to boondock or we're going to have, in a campground with no hookups. And the last two times that we've done that, the toilet will run. It's got a little sprayer thing in the back, and it will run. And luckily last night, we'd filled up our fresh tank and didn't think anything about it. And so I got up last night, probably about 3:45, and went to use the bathroom, and the toilet bowl was full of water. Now it's fresh water, obviously. So I was like, oh my goodness, what's going on? So Papa had to get up and go outside in the rain and the wind and the cold and dump all of our fresh water. We do have a 5-gallon little collapsible jug that we do keep full of water when we are boondocking, just in case something happens, just in case we need a little extra water. Plus we've got our Brita filter pitcher that we have. It just holds a little bit. Plus we've got bottled water, to wash hands and things like that. So anyway, so we made it through the night and we got to here today. And when we're hooked up on city water, they call it, it's fine. So we're not sure what's going on. We're going to try to make it work till we get back to Chattanooga to the Camping World there. But if not, there's several mobile RV places, and maybe we can stop in a Camping World or make an appointment as we're traveling along in the places that we'll be. So that's just one little hiccup, but that's okay. It's fine. We made it, and here we are.
Just a note about the ladder. The previous owners backed into something and broke it. I didn't do it.
Right.
We were just talking earlier, like on
Aluminum.
aluminum. We haven't put a scratch on our rings that hadn't been there already before when we got it. So that's good on that. That's comes from careful driving and Mama helping me watch things when we're turning, and so we did that. We had a long drive day today, but we eliminated a day that we're going to have to stay in Canada. Nothing against the Canadians, but we eliminated at least one night, and if we can increase our mileage the next couple of days, we may be able to eliminate another night, but I doubt it. We still got a good way to go. Our current plan is to stay. Where are we at?
Watson Lake
now, Yukon. We're going to be at Fort Nelson, British Columbia tomorrow.
Yes.
Dawson Creek, or maybe a little beyond British Columbia, the day after tomorrow. which brings us to Friday.
I think. I don't even know what today is.
Friday night, we're going to stay in Edmonton, Alberta, or maybe a little south of there, depending on how early a start we get.
Yeah.
And then sometime Saturday, we're finna cross over into the United States.
Yes.
Good Lord willing, and everything goes like we have planned.
Yes. If me and Henry have to help Papa drive, we're about to do it. I've not drove the rig yet. This may be a first.
Today was a long day. It was a little over 400 miles. We don't usually go that far, and it rained off and on most of the day. Not a hard rain, not anything that was an inconvenience. Just enough to keep the wipers on intermittent where it's aggravating. But it wasn't bad, and we did fine. Well, I don't know what I was going to say, so go ahead.
Well, that's okay. Yeah, we're looking forward to getting our journey done through Canada and getting back in the U.S. And like I said, we've got some stops in the U.S. that we're going to do, some places, and stop at Glacier. We're going to be there for, 3 days, I think.
Yeah.
So it's going to be good there. I've never been to Glacier, so that's going to be real pretty. I'm looking forward to that. And just going and seeing different things.
We're the scenery pictures for the video is going to be few and far between. We've gotten to the boring part of Canada.
Yeah.
Parts of Canada are very pretty. Parts of it are you look at it and say, wow, that's pretty, and then parts of it are just driving through trees. It's 2-lane roads mostly, and you're just driving. So there may not be much in the way of scenery pictures.
Yeah.
But tomorrow we're starting down the Alcan, the part of the Alcan that we haven't driven before, because we came up the other way. So we may run into something. I think there's a herd of buffalo that we're gonna drive through, and we may, whatever we see, we'll put on here. But don't expect too much in the way of pictures till we get back to the States and go to Glacier.
Yes, that's right.
The shout out today, Mama and I both like to read, so we brought a bunch of books, and we haven't had time to read a bunch of them, but we both got one going. And so the shout out today is going to be to one of my favorite authors, Mark Cameron. He has a series about a U.S. Marshal named Arliss Cutter, and he's based in Alaska. So that's what I was reading. He has 5 or 6 books, 7 books, I don't know, but that's what I was reading, and that's part of what encouraged us to go to Alaska. Encouraged me to talk my mom into going to Alaska. Oddly enough, he has a new book coming out, and when I'm assuming he lives around Anchorage, so we were 2 hours from his house. At the same time, he's in Nashville, 2 hours from my house. So,
Isn't that funny?
So we didn't get a chance to get a book signing, but it's Mark Cameron, and Mama, I'll put a link in the description.
Yes.
I would encourage you checking him out.
Yes. We're going to have another video. I'm going to try to upload it tonight along with this one. That was the one we made yesterday at Kluane Lake that we had no cell service. Of course, we've got our Garmin in reach, to communicate, or if anything happens, we can call out for emergency services. But we didn't have internet last night, so we just looked at one another and went to bed early.
A couple of shout outs to people that we haven't shouted out before. My aunt Laura Yates and her daughter Hilda and her husband Dan, and Sonia's sister Susie and her husband Steve.
Hello, everybody.
And hello to all of them, and Brandy and
James
and
Avery and Noah and Abby.
So hello to all y'all, and please like and subscribe. And if there's
of course,
else,
Tyler and Shauna, Faye and Emma.
Faye and Emma, hello to all Yuns. There'll probably be another package on its way to Yuns.
Yes.
As soon as we cross over, as soon as we get through with Glacier, I would look for another package. And then probably another one before we get home. So just be watching the mail.
Yes.
Got anything else?
Nope, I think that's it.
If there's nothing else, we'll see
you
you down
down
the road.